make a couple jokes
Yeah.
in there too.
I'll just try to, because on these sections, I'll probably be tight and wide, so George can switch depending on
Yeah.
what we need.
Are we live?
And then when she goes, I'll just try to follow
Are
her
all the
over,
mics muted?
and then be back to the wide for the top 10. So George will just have to cover me. I'll
Yeah.
just make sure he's,
Yeah.
making it so my camera's not flying all over.
Yeah. Good evening, Grace Church, and welcome to the Not So Late Show presented by Grace Church. We are so glad you could join us via Facebook Live or YouTube Live. We are looking forward to another great night.
Another great one.
Another one. We have Pastor Jason with us. We have Michelle with us. And, of course, as always, the one-man band, Philip Noel, with us. Oh, his mic's not on. That's good. That's a good thing. Yep.
He's just the
Please
band.
tell me that was on camera. That was great. Hopefully. Well, we are so glad you are here with us. We are still so glad you are here with us tonight. We have some news and updates for you starting out the night, so let's get hitting with that. Hitting, I don't know if that's a real term or not. I just kind of made that up there, I think. But we're going to get started with some news and updates. The one thing everyone is wanting to know is when are we going to be back in church, right?
Everyone wants to know.
Everyone. So everyone, everybody, every single person.
So you're going to tell us?
So our plan right now is to be back in live services on May 31.
Yes, May 31. Here we go.
So we are looking forward to that. There's going to be a few different things going on just to make everyone feel a little safer with some social distancing of chairs and whatnot and some hand sanitizer. I'm sure everybody's loving the hand sanitizer right now. At least it seems like they are.
Did you buy stock in it?
Yeah, I bought stock in hand sanitizer.
No doubt.
So it was, yeah. So it's my retirement plan.
All I know is I'm cleaning up.
You're cleaning up?
Yeah.
That's pretty yeah. That's great. Have you been, where's our drum roll there? 1 minute. Good job.
We needed something.
All right, we should have practiced that joke.
We should have. That was pretty good.
We should have. That was pretty good. But we will be preparing our building. Know that we have been cleaning our building at least twice a week, even with very little usage. So it's been kept clean. We have disinfected chairs, and we're going to continue to do that each and every week. So just to keep everything disinfected as much as possible. We'll also be moving some things around just to keep some areas a little less places for you to touch things. So just know that there won't be any coffee. That would have been like a great part for.
That would.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
But,
There we go.
All right, let's try it again. There won't be any coffee those first couple of weeks. I'm so sorry.
I like it.
That was a little more cheerful.
I'm like a humanized jukebox, you know?
Yeah.
You play about anything.
Awesome. And there'll be a few other changes. We will actually send some information out to you within the next few days, just giving you a little more heads up of what will be going on. So be looking forward for that email as well. Anything you want to add on that?
No, I guess I know I've talked to several people. I talked to some people today on the phone, and I know that people are just over the whole quarantine and stuff, and everybody's ready to get back. Just remember, I think I would want everybody to remember that some people are excited to get back. There are some people that are nervous to get back, right?
Right.
And in fact, I know I've been kind of walking around people gingerly, and should I shake hands or what? So just remember as we get ready to come back to kind of respect everybody, because if you feel great about it, somebody else may not feel great about it. And
right.
So this is kind of that serious part of our show where we just want you to know that. He said no coffee. We're going to make sure, and I mean, things are changing. We have a whole sheet of stuff, they're not rules, a plan.
A plan.
Yes,
not rules,
a plan that
we're
following. But the biggest thing is we want to take care of everybody, all right? And so as we kind of work through this, just remember that and help us out in that whole process. And I think that's the biggest thing is just remembering everybody feels a little bit different. And so some of us are excited, some of us are nervous, and it's okay to feel nervous or excited.
What about nervously excited?
That one I worry about just a little bit more.
All right, so that's our plan. Be looking forward for an email and more information on that coming up very soon. Just another thing we wanted to share with you on our news and update, we actually, for those of you who don't know, monthly we do a food pantry, and typically we give out about 50 groceries, 50 to 50 families. So, and it's a lot of groceries. So, and since, let's see, we started last month, April. In April, we decided we're going to double that. And so we made sure we had enough for 100 families. And in April, we fed 88 families.
88, yeah.
Yes, and then in May, yesterday, because we do it the second Tuesday of every month, we fed 101 families. So
That is
we are
awesome.
like huge. Thank you, all of those who volunteer to help out at the food pantry. They do a wonderful job with that, and it is great to get to actually see and talk to some of our neighbors when they come and pick these groceries up and hear their stories. And I know Philip really enjoys. He was loading groceries yesterday. I know he really had fun with that.
Oh, yeah. It's a young man's game. My back hurts a lot. I'm not a young man anymore.
Said the 30-year-old.
Said the 30-year-old.
I'm actually 28.
Said the 28-year-old. That's even worse. Awesome. All right. Well,
It's only downhill from
it's
here,
all. It's
right?
only downhill from there, Philip. Just know, it's going to get worse. This coming Sunday, Pastor Jason is going to be preaching. And I almost said yet again, but that wouldn't be very nice. So I didn't
Thanks
say
for
that.
thinking of
Yet
me.
again.
I appreciate that.
No, Pastor Jason's going to be here. It's going to be another great sermon, but we all would like to kind of have an idea of what's going on this Sunday.
Well,
so.
I tell you, I'm having a blast. I was actually talking to several people today, several people yesterday. I don't think in all the years I've been doing this that I've ever walked through the letter known as 1 Peter. But whenever I started researching and kind of preparing for this time and looking at some stuff, knowing that the people that Peter was writing to, it was just a difficult time, it was a hard time, and so he's writing to them saying, listen, this is how you move forward in that time. So we've been kind of moving through chapter 1, and then we got into chapter 2 for a couple weeks. This week, we're actually in chapter 3, and so we kind of jump into that. I will hit home on a little bit on verses 8 through 12, but really we're going to focus on verses 13 through 18, and we'll be talking about King Pyrrhus. I don't know if you know King Pyrrhus or not. Do you know the Greek King Pyrrhus?
Me and him are besties.
Yeah, no doubt. You're besties. But we're going to talk about him and what he has to do with what Peter and the Christians in Rome were talking about or facing in those days. And really what that means for us about living this Christian life out. What are the marks of Jesus? That's what we're going to be talking about. So it's going to be great. I'm pumped. You will not want to miss it. I'm hoping that everybody invites somebody. Invite somebody over their house, have some breakfast, provide, just kind of open it, have a block party. Yeah. We have a one-man band.
We have a one-man band, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do tour a little bit, so if you want me to come to your house, play you some songs on the Sundays that we aren't meeting, we might be able to arrange something.
That could be fun.
Yeah. Talk to my agent, BJ at columbiagrace.org. We'll get you a good price.
That's right.
Now I'm an agent. This is awesome.
That's great.
I'm going to need 10% of that, by the way.
You got it.
Actually going to start getting paid now. All right. All right, that is it for news and updates. We'll keep you updated as much as possible as we move forward, so be checking out your emails, Facebook. You can always go to columbiagrace.org, go to our website, and get information there as well. Well, this next segment, we started this last week. We call it Moments at Grace or with Grace. Moments with Grace. I forgot what we called it. Okay, it's Moments with Grace. So these are just some moments that are happening with our Grace Church family, and we just want to make sure we're sharing some of those with you. We have last week we had 2 new babies, and this week we have another new baby. So you
have a new baby?
No, I don't have a new baby. No,
Do we need to talk to Burr about
this?
this?
You would need to talk to Burr about that. We do not have a new baby.
Okay, just making sure.
But this is Joanna Grace Robertson. This is the newborn daughter of Emily and Wesley Robertson. Aww. And so
That is awesome.
They already have 2 boys, Graham and William, so I'm sure they are glad to be big brother, and she is
I must have been preaching right there.
You must have, yeah, she's asleep.
sleeping.
She fell asleep while you were preaching.
That's right.
So that's perfect nap time. She is a chunk.
Look at her cheeks.
Gosh.
You meant that in the best way possible.
I meant that in the
didn't
best
you?
way possible. That 8 pounds,
cute.
14 ounces. So,
Beautiful.
so Emily Robertson, she's a champ.
Looking forward to meeting
Looking
you,
forward to
Emily.
meeting.
Yes.
But we're not only celebrating births, we also have Sawyer Key. And if you know Sawyer, his mom, Kristen, he has been practicing riding his bike. And I think he's got it down now. I think we have a video here showing him in process. So check out this video real quick.
I think
That's just the picture. That's the picture. That's where he's mastered it right there.
Yeah. And
But
then,
we have a
here it
video.
is,
Here
here
we
it
go.
is.
Here we go. We have a video.
Way to go, Sawyer.
Good job, Sawyer.
Good
Listen,
job,
we.
Sawyer.
Honestly, he couldn't have done that without Kristen because I think she gracefully, let him right into that
right
bush.
into the
So we
tree.
wouldn't have been able to watch that
Yeah,
without her.
Kristen kind of like shoved him right into the tree there. I think we need to work with Mom on her alignment a little bit. I think to help out with that.
Wow.
So does everyone on stage know how to ride a bike?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Do you remember learning to ride your bike? Do you
Yeah.
remember
Oh,
that?
absolutely. I remember learning to ride my bike.
Did you run into a tree?
Oh, I don't remember running into a tree, but I never got the option to use training wheels trying to learn. My dad just like threw me on there and pushed me down a hill.
That explains a lot, honestly. So
That's right. We knew there must have been something.
There
was
must have been something.
something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bumped my
There it
head
is.
one too many times.
old Jim.
Oh man. No, it was good learning how to ride a bike, I think.
When did you learn to ride a bike?
I honestly don't remember. I don't know. My mom's watching. Mom, do you remember? Dad, do you remember me? It's your daughter, Michelle. This is so strange, just talking to a camera. I don't remember, so maybe they know. Maybe they'll comment.
Maybe they'll
Let
comment.
us
We
know.
need to
I know I can do it. I can
Yeah.
ride a bike, so I don't remember when.
remember when you.
She's not very good at it, though. I will say we were
wow.
on a beach vacation a couple years ago, and we took the bikes out on the boardwalk or whatever, and she was a nervous wreck the entire time. So I think we might need to have like a learning curve here and teach you how to do that a little bit.
Clarification on this story.
Uh-oh.
He just took off, and I hadn't been on a bike in a few years, and he just took off into traffic. like he said boardwalk, but what he meant was like a street with cars. So
Your mom just said it was in 2017 that you learned to ride.
2017. So when you were like 12.
That was the year we went on that beach vacation, actually, 2017.
okay, you can log off now.
That is awesome. That is awesome. We do have one more moment with Grace, and I'm actually going to pass this one over to Pastor Jason to handle this one.
Hey, listen, one of the great things about being a part of the church is just being able to celebrate each other. And so I get a chance to kind of come in and just kind of get to know people and understand who people are, who God's made them to be. And so one of the things that we want to celebrate tonight, and we toyed with how to do this and when to do this, but we wanted to kind of get this going, right? And so it was, the caddies came here almost a year ago, and we started meeting with the staff, and we started talking to one of our staff members about what they wanted to do with their life. And so as we talked, we began to learn about who they are and what God was calling them and all the things they'd gone through. And so instead of just kind of keeping going, I want to take this, because back in November of this past year, back in November of this past year, so it's been a little bit, our church board voted unanimously, I might add, with enthusiasm, to give to Michelle her very first local license as she begins the process of working towards ordination. So we just want to say thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You're very welcome. Yeah.
Thank you. I was wondering what that was on the schedule, BJ.
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry.
Special. I didn't know what
it's
that
special.
meant.
It's something special.
It's something very special.
Shocked.
We are very excited.
I'm not shocked, but you know,
Yeah.
I knew
It was either going to be that or a pie in the face. We were undecided.
Thank you.
So it just simply says that Michelle Noel is licensed as a local minister in the Church of the Nazarene for 1 year, provided her spirits
We'll fix that.
and practice are such become the gospel of Christ, and his teaching or her teachings, I got to read this right, correspond with the established doctrines of the Holy Scriptures as held by the said church, by order of the church board of the Grace Church of the Nazarene. So we are very excited for you.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm very excited about this. Thank you.
Very proud of you, Michelle. That means I'm one step closer to being an official pastor's wife.
Yes, you
Yes,
are.
yes.
One step closer to his dream come true. Oh, I love it.
And,
Thank you.
and after that, it's general superintendency.
Yes,
right there.
yes. Vote for me. I need to
He's
be
aiming for
something.
the top.
An elder,
Okay.
electoral
Thank
votes.
you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Wow, I'm surprised.
Yeah. I'm just glad you're surprised because we worked really hard to make sure it was a surprise.
We did.
Did you know this was happening? Tanya's in the room and she said she bought the frame. Thank you. It's perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Congratulations.
Michelle, you're going to need to put that down because
yes,
you
I will.
actually have the next set. Michelle and Philip have been working on a new song for us, and I'm hoping. I don't know if this will be a worship song necessarily at any point.
It'll have a certain tone to it.
It'll have a certain tone for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
So whenever you guys are ready, y'all ready to rock?
I think so. So we wrote this song to a familiar tune about our time in quarantine. So the lyrics will be on the screen in case you don't understand what I'm saying, but here we go. Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? Look at my stockpile, look and behold. How much toilet paper can one closet hold? Looking around here, you think, sure, she's got everything. I've got Clorox and canned goods aplenty. I've got hand soap and ground beef galore. You want hand sanitizer? I've got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. I want to be where the people are. I want to be in a public gathering, walking around through those, what do you call them? Oh, public parks. Running your mouth, it won't get you far, because masks are required for living, breathing, strolling along through a, what's that word again? Mall. Out where they walk, out where they run, out where they stay all day in the sun. COVID-19 making me stay in quarantine. What would I give to get my roots covered with color? And what would I pay to spend Sunday sitting in church? Betcha by now all of our kids will know they should just carry the one. Bright young children, I'm sick of their crying. When will this end? I'm ready to know when TJ Maxx will open. Walk through those doors and buy nothing I need. What's a murder hornet and why are they killing our bees? When will this end? Can we start the year again? Go back to January PC. Out of my house. Lord, get me out of quarantine. Thank you. That's all.
That was all.
That was
That-
awesome.
That was awesome. That was great. So what was your inspiration? Oh, it's quarantine. Never mind.
It was quarantine.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
It was quarantine. You know, that's one of my favorite Disney songs. And you can just change it up. It's so easy
Yes.
to make a parody to it. So
Yeah. That
and
was
so now you're up for singer and songwriter because you
Yes.
wrote that
right.
Yes.
and sung it.
yes.
And we have the score back here.
Right.
You
Yeah.
wrote the score.
Yeah, wrote the score.
Yeah.
Did not rip it off. That was a Philip Noel original.
Oh, is Grace. Great, Grace. That was Grace.
It's Grace,
That
and it was great.
That was great. Hey, I'm gonna ask you two to help me out with this next thing.
Okay.
Okay. We're actually our next little bit here is a top 10 list,
All right.
and this is the top. We've kind of created this top 10 social distance greetings. So I'm gonna need y'all's help with this a little bit, and actually
This could be fun.
I need y'all to perform them
Okay.
Okay.
to the best of your ability.
Perfect.
So I actually just realized I left one off the list that I should have put on there, and it would have been the Sammy Sosa. Can you?
Sammy Sosa would have, and for those of you who don't know Sammy Sosa, he played baseball way back in some time, and he would go, let's see if I can do this. He'd go,
That was pretty close. I
that was
think
pretty close.
that was pretty close.
baseball has been very, very good to me.
Yeah. I don't think that wasn't necessarily Sammy Sosa. That was like Pedro Serrano from Major
was it?
League.
I don't know. Who it was.
All right, top 10 social distance greetings. Number 10, live long and prosper. The Spock.
Can you do it?
Can you do the Spock? Do you know the?
Right there.
Like this, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Live long.
Yeah.
Prosper. Yeah.
There we go. Never watched it, but
Never
here
watched
we are.
it. Yeah.
You've never watched it? You've never watched it?
I would like to remind you I'm 28 years old.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
There we are again. That age thing. You just keep throwing it out there. All right, number 9. This is easy. You should get this one. The peace sign. Peace. Number 8.
But you gotta do the duck face too.
the duck face. You have to
Yeah,
do that.
bring
Come
that
on,
in
Jason.
2020.
Let's see it.
I can't do it.
Yes!
Yes.
Perfect.
Is that Kim Kardashian over there?
That was perfect. Nailed it.
Nailed
That was
it.
good.
Nailed it.
Oh, man.
All right, number 8. Everybody loves the head nod. The sup.
Go, so.
Everybody.
You either have sup
Yo.
or you have how you doing.
What's no doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
There you go. There it is. Look, he's got rhythm in his.
He's got rhythm in his.
Guys,
Sup.
sup.
What's up?
Do you remember?
no.
What's up?
What's up?
I should have played that
I did.
commercial.
We couldn't play that commercial. All right, number 7. You guys may have to stand for this one. Number 7, a bow or a curtsy. Either one. I think
do the
Jason
curtsy.
said curtsy, and
I do the curtsy.
you get the curtsy, and Michelle gets the bow.
Lower. There it is.
There we go.
A proper.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
he okay?
Not 28.
I don't know, just a bow, right?
yeah, just
about.
about.
Like that.
There you
Yes,
go.
There you
that
go.
would be. Now you have to be 6 foot apart on the bow. Or you may bump heads. So, it's a good way to measure your distance too.
You're right.
All right, number 6. Just smile. You can just smile.
I don't prefer this one, so
I don't-
if it's a little forced, you know.
If it's a little
Yeah.
forced, yeah.
But what if you're wearing a mask? Can you see the smile?
Well, I mean, I guess it depends
should
on the
get to put
mask and
on
how
the
you're
mask.
wearing it.
That's true.
Oh, that's true.
Maybe it should
You
just have a
smile with
smile
your-
on the outside.
smile
Yeah,
with
just
your
draw-
eyes.
If you're wearing a mask, just draw a smile on your mask
Maybe there are people who need the mask.
because they smile like me.
Is that kind of like the lizard face? Is that the
Yeah,
one?
that's the lizard look face.
The lizard look
That's
face?
the one you get when you're like you run into someone, you kind of have this awkward moment, like you like turn a corner, you run into them, and you're like. Michelle can probably do it. Yeah,
Can you do it?
you do it. Lizard look face.
That, right?
Like it's kind of
I
like
don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Is that right? I can make it work.
Apparently, we're really good at it.
Yeah. We have natural talent.
We have natural talent. All right, number 5. This is easy. Air high fives. Everybody can do an air high five.
Perfect.
Number 4, you can use sign language. I don't know what the sign language for hello, how are you doing is, but
I think the majority of what we just did was kind of sign language.
yeah, it's
in a
pretty
way,
much
you know?
yeah,
Hello.
yeah.
Hi.
Number 3, you can use a finger guns with a wink.
Now you're just flirting with me.
Oh,
Now, not yet. You just yeah. Yeah, you gotta.
I'm not good
I
at-
think
I
you gotta
don't-
make the popping noise with your mouth too.
I don't feel comfortable doing that. Now, see, this one's hard for me.
They're not loaded.
Good to know. Good to know.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, number 2, the Joey.
Hey.
How you doing?
Oh, I know. That was the
How you
fonts.
doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
All right, and this is number 1, the stop. You're too close. Yeah, that'd be pretty
Is
good.
that how you do it? Okay.
I mean, or you could just go.
Stop your two.
Yeah, stop.
But this is like,
Or you could do it. Stop in the name of love. Is
I
that,
was going to say, that's stop in the name of love. This is
Yeah.
you're too close.
that's you're too close.
I guess I don't know.
I thought that was like you're being held up in a bank.
And you have a mask.
And you have a mask. So there you go. Perfect quarantine. All right, that is top 10 social
Yeah.
distance greetings. All right, we are moving on, and I haven't had a lot of time this week, and I haven't had time to do my thank you notes throughout this week, and so I figured I'd take a little time right now and write a few thank you notes out to some individuals and people that need some thank you notes from me. I know, you know, sometimes when you get gifts, you just gotta write thank you notes.
You do.
And all these have given me a gift in some way or another.
That's very kind of them.
All right. It's a nice tune. It's kind of relaxing.
Yeah.
Let's do it again.
It's good thank you note writing
It's
music.
good thank you note
Yeah,
writing music.
that's actually the title of the song is Thank You Notes.
Is it
Oh,
really?
oh,
Oh,
really?
nice.
Yeah, another one I wrote, didn't write. Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah,
Good
we're
on.
good there. We're good there. All right, thank you note number 1. Thank you, quarantine, for teaching me how to spell the word quarantine.
Still don't know.
No.
Still don't know. You still can't spell quarantine.
Nope.
Well, I figure we've all Googled it enough, it at least autofills for us, and we can learn how to.
The autofill is always there.
I always forget
autofill
the
is-
A, the first A.
Yeah.
You forget the first, like
The
QA.
first
Whoa.
What do you
Yeah.
put?
I don't put nothing.
C-U-A, Michelle.
She's from Kentucky. That doesn't mean she can't spell.
Sounds like quarantine to me. C-O-R-N.
Quarantine.
C-O-R-N.
That's
Is
where's
that a-
Ray Bronner at?
Quarantine.
Quarantine. Yeah, he's not here with us today.
He's not here with us
Yeah.
tonight. No, he's not. All right, a special one here, just for since we have you on here, so worship pastor.
Hold on.
Oh,
Someone's
so-
trying to call me. All right.
This ought to be good.
This ought to be good. All right.
I'm nervous. It's probably about my jeans. Go ahead.
Oh, it's not. It's not about your genes. We'll talk about those later. Thank you, Chris Tomlin, for proving that you can write a 4-minute song using only 16 words.
What?
Good father? That's what,
Good father?
Yeah. It's like 16 words over and over again.
It is who he is.
It's
Yes,
who he
he
is.
is.
Yes, he is. Yeah. It's who he is.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Chris. We appreciate
Also,
that.
fun fact, he didn't write that, but that's okay.
I'm going to need to talk to my
I
writers.
just feel like as the worship leader, I should let you know.
He didn't write that? Okay.
He didn't write
saying,
that.
he's saying it. He's got to take credit
That's
for it.
right. He made money.
He made money off of
He
it.
didn't write it though, so okay.
Do you know who wrote it?
Yeah, his name, you know, for those that were in
Since
our
we-
Zoom call last Wednesday, the choir members, we actually did talk about this, and we said the name of the guy, and I can't remember his name, but I know Pat Barrett was one of the writers. I don't remember the other one, so.
I read the book, but I don't remember.
Pat Barrett. Isn't that the person who wrote? Never mind.
No, that's
Hit me with your best shot, right?
yeah, that's Pat Benatar.
That's Pat Benatar.
Yeah. No. That was definitely Pat Barrett.
Is it?
Wait a minute, I thought you were 28.
Yeah.
You're right. I don't know who that is.
Tony Brown.
Tony Brown.
Tony Brown. That song came from him, and Pat Barrett helped finish the song, and Chris Tomlin made it, you know, worldwide. So
Worldwide, using 16 words. There you go.
There you go. Good.
That's who it is.
good father.
Good father. Yeah.
Good.
Yes, he is.
All right. A couple more thank you notes. Let's see here. All right.
Oops.
Thank you, coronavirus social media challenges, for giving me a list of people to unfollow.
Yes.
Thin in the herd.
Thin in the- That's about herd immunity,
That's
right?
herd immunity.
Is
yes.
that what that is?
That's-
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I have
I
more.
like that one,
I
by
have
the way.
more. What herd immunity? What? Huh?
No, I like that. I like that thank you note. That was very
You like
good.
that was a good thank you note.
That
Yeah.
was.
I unfollow people all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, sorry, Mom.
Yeah, we haven't been friends since 2016.
At Vanessa Bolton.
All right, I hope she's not watching.
Was that an evil face that just popped up?
Yeah, I think there was an evil face that just popped up on the live feed there. I'm a little concerned. All right, back to my thank you notes before it gets too crazy. Thank you, COVID-19 testing, for anatomy lessons on just how far back my sinuses go. Apparently, they go all the way to your brain.
Did it tickle?
I've actually not had it, so I don't know how bad it really is. I've seen pictures. I've seen pictures like the cartoons showing how far back it goes, and I'm like, nope. All right, one more thank you note. One more thank you
One
note.
more. These are good. I like these. These are all.
Yeah, these are all right. You know what? Before I need like a pin with a feather on the end of it for this bit, don't I? Like maybe next week. Yeah, next week.
got
Next
2
week.
weeks to
I
get it done.
gotta get a pin with a feather.
Hey, can somebody
Sorry,
online
Philip.
get us a? Wouldn't that be cool if
Yes.
somebody
Hey,
online?
if someone in the audience has like a pin with a feather on the end of it, I need to borrow that for.
We've been told that the official word is quill.
Quill, the official word. Can we just call it a pin with a feather on the end of it?
Or you can call it that too.
You can just tape a feather. Somebody go find a quail or something.
A quail?
Quail. That way I can have a quill pin.
Quail, quill. That's hard to say.
Yeah.
Say that 7 times.
Yeah. I don't want to. Sorry, Philip. I'm sorry I messed you up. Are you
Cool,
still,
I'm
are you-
union. I'm getting paid by the minute.
Okay. Are you still in? Are you still in a thank you note mood?
Yeah, I
Okay,
got one
all
more
right,
in me.
Just want to make sure. Thank you, Murder Hornets, for unlocking level 5 of Jumanji.
What's level 6?
I don't know, but I don't want to find out.
We need to finish the game. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, whoever is playing Jumanji in 2020, please stop.
Put the game
or
away.
finish the game or do something. Do something to fix this. I don't know what is going on. That is thank you notes. Thank you for
Thank you,
thank
Al.
you notes. We have done all those. Hey, I'm going to ask the one-man band to pull up a chair next to his wife for a little
It's
while.
an honor.
Let's have some.
See if there's a chair somewhere.
See if you can find a random chair sitting around somewhere, just so we have that here. We're gonna. All right, we got some Q&A for our.
You said PDA?
No, not
No,
PDA.
I said
No PDA on
I
the
heard PDA.
stage.
Oh my.
Y'all keep it together.
Jason said it. I just did it.
Is that the influence? Is that?
Yeah? Lead
Oh,
pastor.
wow. So last week, one of our questions last week, and we didn't get all of the staff in on this, was what is the Enneagram number of all the staff? Now, we know that the one-man band is a 7, and Jason's a 3. I'm an 8, but Michelle wasn't up here. Tanya was up here last week. She's a 9. Michelle, would you like to tell us a little bit about your number?
Yeah. I'm a 2, which is known as the helper in the Enneagram world. I don't know. What do you want to know about it?
I don't know.
You want me to? I mean, the 2
Philip,
is,
you live with the 2. Like,
she's great. She loves everybody, and she can't be mad at a single soul. But the 2 has one scapegoat in their life, and it's usually the person that's closest to them. This emotionally challenged 7.
Philip, so my wife is also a 2, and so I think we should start a club.
Yeah, we should. 2's wives.
2's wives.
I know.
Yeah.
Twos we have a lot going on in our hearts and our minds at all the time. And Philip, not that he doesn't have a lot going on in his mind, but like you said, you're maybe emotionally challenged, and so we talk through things, but then we're done. I may want to linger, but we're done. Yeah, we talked about it. We're good. 2s are great. I like being a 2. Burr's a 2. I know lots of 2s. I enjoy being a 2.
You enjoy being a 2. That's good.
Yeah. For the most
Hopefully
part.
everyone enjoys than being themselves.
This is-
Honestly,
I mean-
everybody loves a good number 2 every now and then. What?
There it went.
Yep. Oh. You're not getting paid this week.
All right.
We
Speaking of,
That is,
maybe this
Okay.
should be the late
This
late
is
show.
why I was very concerned about this
Yeah.
moment. So,
sorry.
oh,
how
that's,
much longer?
that's yeah. We still got like 20 minutes
Oh.
of questions. So
So much can go
just
wrong.
know, and most of them are pointed at you. So
Okay, perfect.
I'm just playing. We won't do
love
all.
it.
I would, since we do have Philip over here right now. Philip, if you don't know, actually plays bass for a lady named Carly Pierce, and they're
great.
not traveling right now, so that's why we got him for cheap, as
Discounted
basically
rate.
Basically as cheap as you can get someone to come and
That's right.
be the one-man band. I think he actually paid us a little bit to do this.
It's true. I had to rent my equipment from them.
But he is a bass player, and he has to travel a lot. And Philip, I've heard a little bit about your packing habits, but can you share with us what a typical getting ready to leave and get on a jet plane?
Yeah,
and leave
absolutely. So whenever I pack, I lay my suitcase out. I kind of get my clothes, your basics, T-shirts, show clothes, unspeakables, and like workout clothes or whatever. So kind of have them all in a pile, but usually after we do laundry, so everything's just on the bed. But usually the way I count, especially about my unspeakables, I'll usually grab a pair and I'll say, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I usually come home on Sunday, and then I usually grab one extra in case I poop my pants. So it hasn't happened yet, but
But I hear this every week, right? Because he packs every week. I haven't heard it in about 2 months now, but I'll hear him packing from the other room saying Thursday, Friday, Saturday, in case I poop my pants. And then that's it. And then it's over, and I don't hear anything
And
else.
then you're good.
Yeah.
Now, the rest of the world, and I think the rest of us would agree that we do pack what you call in case I poop my pants.
I would hope so.
We do,
I mean,
but
you probably pack an extra pair.
we
of
call it
something.
an extra pair
Yeah.
or a just in case.
Right.
Not as fun.
Not as fun.
And, the reality is, everyone knows what that extra pair is for. What's the just in case? Oh, I accidentally ripped my underwear or something? I still wear ripped underwear. I'll still wear them if they're ripped. You won't wear them if they're, there's something in them. So
Well, I mean, if they were ripped or have a hole in it, they can just be your Sunday underwear.
my holy underwear.
Can be your holy underwear, right?
Perfect.
Speaking of holes, what is it with worship pastors and ripped jeans? I just got to know.
I don't think it's really worship pastors. I think it's just more my young people,
Just a reminder.
which is probably why you don't get it.
We're 28.
Yeah, I don't get it. I'm like, did you get a discount?
No.
Were they used?
No,
Yeah, I
I
don't
paid full price. Sometimes too much.
Sometimes too much.
Sometimes too much.
Sometimes too much.
Yep.
Oh, me. All right, look at
That's a
it.
good question.
I want to pull off of you guys for just a minute so we can
Okay.
ask Jason something. So I don't know if anybody has realized this because it has been crazy 2020, but the Caddies have been here nearly a year now. I mean,
Wow.
so how is the first year treated you, and what are you looking? Skip the last couple of months.
Oh, okay. I was going
Yeah,
to say
just
it's been the
pretend those didn't
longest
happen.
year.
I mean,
It's been the longest year ever. Oh, not this year. Okay.
yeah.
Not 2020. No, we're doing well. We're enjoying it. We're having a good time. It's obviously different because we have college kids who are ready to be back in college or around their college friends and all of that kind of fun stuff. And so everybody's just trying to figure it out. But I would say things are going well. I don't know. I guess it's going good. How do you think it's going?
I think it's going good. I've been happy. I think the staff has really
Going all right?
enjoyed what we've.
Yeah, we'll keep it.
Philip, is it going well?
Is it going? Philip is the one that
You know,
matters
Jimmy,
here.
this is something I wanted to talk to you about. Just kidding. Yes, we love having you guys here.
I just need to know which pair of underwear he's wearing right now.
Yeah, I feel like I should explain why Philip just said Jimmy.
Oh,
right?
yeah, we forgot about Jimmy.
Okay.
Yes.
This
So,
would be good.
Before Jason had come here and the church was praying for this decision, the church had asked us to pray for the Caddy family as they made their decision. And Philip, in his gentleness, we were sitting down to eat one night and asked him to bless the meal. And so he bowed his head and started praying. And somewhere in the middle of the prayer, he said, "And Lord, we just pray for Jimmy." And I awoke from the prayer and said, "Wait, who's Jimmy? Who is Jimmy? I don't know a Jimmy, I don't think."
God
and
knows.
He said, "Jimmy, the new pastor." And I was like, "Well, his name's Jason." But that was really sweet.
It was
And
very
then
nice.
from that moment, we told you that Philip accidentally called you Jimmy, and then people just started calling him Jimmy. And we haven't said it in a while, though. So
Yeah,
that
we've
was
kinda
nice to
forgot
come
about
back to that.
We'd kind of forgotten about
had
that, so now we got to go back to calling you Jimmy
I
again.
know.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Old
Oh,
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Caddy.
Jimmy Caddy. You don't have any family members named Jimmy, or you?
I do.
Isn't your last name start with a C?
My uncle in Atlanta is Jimmy Caddy.
Jimmy what?
Oh, Jimmy Caddy.
Yeah.
I thought you said Jimmy K.
I thought you were
Just
going to
the
say Jimmy
accent.
Crack Corn and I don't care. I don't know
Oh,
that.
yeah.
We just-
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. Well, we talked a little bit last week about how you and Tina met and how Tracy and Tanya met. But what about Philip and Michelle? Why don't you guys tell us your meeting and falling in love story?
Ooh. Do we have enough time for this?
I don't know.
Do you want to tell her?
I don't
I can
know.
go first if you want.
That makes me
All
nervous.
right.
Should we put them in?
He didn't even wait for an answer. He said, "I can go first if you want," and he said, "Okay, all right."
Should we put them in separate rooms and see if it
Yeah,
matches?
Definitely the short
That's what we
version.
should. Maybe we should ask this separately and just see if you guys' story matches.
Yeah.
It'll be similar.
It'll be similar.
It'd be
But-
similar. Yeah,
Different outlooks, yeah, for
Different.
sure.
Yeah.
Michelle and I went to Trevecca Nazarene University, where we were in a traveling worship band called Awaken, where we would travel all over the Southeast and play various churches, camps, revivals, whatever you guys do in the South. And
I don't
then,
think we ever played a revival, but I just want to
something like that.
Do it in the
clarify.
South.
anyways, I was the bass player, kind of the tour manager role of that band, and Michelle was our singer, worship leader of the group, and I just, we became really good friends. And, I went to ask her out one Valentine's Day. And when I went to ask her out, before I got to the question, she actually asked me for one of my friend's phone numbers so she can ask him out. But it's fine,
But I didn't know he was about to ask me out. Obviously, I wouldn't have done that as a two. I would have never done that to you.
Right. My moves weren't as good back then, so now that's why we're
So your
together
moves
now.
have gotten better with age.
Yeah, that's just,
Right.
hello, we're married now.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Anyways, I had a relationship. She was flirting with that guy for a little bit. And then, anyways, that summer, we finally just kind of decided we wanted to date after her just saying she didn't want to date me 3 more times. But eventually, 9 months later, she said yes. And then we started dating. And that could be the short version.
That's true, yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Well-
Y'all forgot one very important part to this story. You guys were dating illegally.
That's true. When you are on a traveling PR band with Trevecca, there are rules that you're not supposed to date within the group. We had signed a contract.
Contract.
Which was why I did not want to date him, because I don't break rules. And he was like, "Well, I'll just get out of the band." And I thought, well, that's silly. You're about to graduate in just a year. You should stay in. And anyways, so we did date. They knew. Our boss found out. He questioned Philip until he broke him. And Philip said, yes, we are in fact dating.
He asked you 2 questions.
Yeah.
That broke you.
He got it broke
And-
after 2 questions.
We were dating for about a year and a few months before we were like publicly dating. But yes, I did turn him down a few times.
It was
and
3.
It was 3 times, and we were at a youth retreat in North Carolina, and they had bought us ski tickets. They were going skiing. We don't ski. Do we look like we don't ski? But we felt bad because they purchased the ticket, so we're like, we'll go skiing. Well, Philip, in his confidence, was like, oh yeah, I did this once when I was 5. I'm a pro. And so he took one trip down the bunny slope
The bunny slope.
on his not
It
skateboard.
was
It was a
not
snowboard.
called the bunny slope.
I mean, it was like the easiest one though.
Yeah, call it the easiest one, not
Okay.
the bunny slope. Right?
And he hit one little snag in the snow and did a front flip, landed on his collarbone. He broke his collarbone. I went with him to the emergency room, ended up holding his hand in the emergency room, and we consider that when we started dating because that was the moment we started dating. So
Yeah. All it took was for me to break my collarbone and be high on Percocet for her to say I love you.
and that's another story for another time. But he was on Percocet for the whole weekend, and we were in a cabin with like 80 kids from the Georgia district, and he was out of his mind, and it was hysterical. There's some pictures from that time I could resurface, but
Yeah, we're gonna need those pictures. Always like to have.
Perfect. That's our story.
There are people, I've seen a couple people commenting saying, ask them this or that. I guess they knew, like McGinnis. Do y'all know McGinnis or something?
JM, is he watching?
He's
JM
watching.
McGinnis?
Yes.
J.M.
He's a big
McGinnis
part of that story.
was there that weekend.
JM, you're the reason why I went down that hill, man.
Oh
If you
wow.
hadn't have bought those tickets, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? We haven't been skiing since, by the way.
I don't blame you for that. I don't
That's
think I would
awesome.
do that after
That was
breaking
really
my
cool.
collarbone either.
I believe it was his youth group. I think because it was Grace Point's youth group,
Yes.
and we were in North Carolina, in the Maggie Valley. Yes, that was JM's
Mount
youth group.
Cataloochee.
Wow, so glad you're watching. How fun. Cool.
Oh, they knew a train wreck was about to happen,
They
so they
did.
logged in. All right. Another question for everybody. How have you been blessed during the pandemic? The corona, the quarantine, the social distancing.
You know,
That was kind of out of the blue. That was actually a
how we've
question
been blessed.
online.
I think I would tell you that it's forced us to slow down, which I know in our life it's just like go, 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 go. And so it's been kind of a weird thing because I think I've said before, we don't sit still most nights. We're usually gone until 8, 9 o'clock at night, and then we come home and we crash, or they're doing homework or whatever it is. And so it's been kind of a neat thing just to kind of breathe a little bit. So I'd say that for us has been kind of a neat thing. We're not used to doing that. So
Yeah.
I'd probably say something similar, although it has affected Philip's work and being gone. We have never spent this much time together. And we do, in fact, like each
Never.
other. And it's been wonderful having him home consistently for, you haven't been gone since March.
Right, yeah. March 12th or something.
And so just being home and having that downtime, like you said, has just been so wonderful. Time that we wouldn't have gotten otherwise. So, and I know March and April we're going to be pretty busy. In June, I mean, let's just call it 2020 was going to be busy, and so it's been nice to just have some time with the people that we love.
And I think I would say the same thing. Just slowing down pace of life a little bit. It's kind of been nice.
Yeah.
You know, not rushing around everywhere. Although I still try to find things to fill time. Like,
Always.
It's been great.
yeah, let's rip out some floors and put new flooring down. And oh, that's okay. Let's just redesign this whole bathroom or whatever we decide to do.
just tear down walls.
Tear
and
down walls and keep going. Yeah.
Most people do it in 30 minutes on TV.
Yeah, I know. They do it in no time. I don't know how they do it so fast. They build a whole house in like a half hour.
I know, it's pretty amazing.
That's counting commercials. It's crazy. All right, it's getting pretty late. I know some our Grace Church folks, the street lights are fixing to come on, and it's getting kind of late. And sorry, did you ever have to come home when you were a kid when the street lights came on? Did you get that one?
Did y'all have, no? That was the rule.
Michelle's from Kentucky. They didn't have street lights.
My street did have streetlights, actually. I don't think Mom ever said that.
You didn't ever have to.
My mom would send us out, and we'd be gone all day, and she said and I remember Dad. And my dad could whistle. Could your dad whistle?
My dad couldn't whistle.
Really?
I don't think my dad can
My
whistle.
dad
Now
could
my mom
whistle,
can.
and I could hear it from miles away.
Oh, wow.
And I would come, and you knew it's time to be home.
Time to come back.
Yeah.
Better be home.
So
and
my
home.
mom would, like, if I missed the street lights coming on, which I did often, Sorry, Mom. She would just stick her out the door and she'd yell, but
Yeah.
she wouldn't yell my name. No, she yelled Bubba. She called me Bubba.
Did she really?
Yes.
You know what we were talking about the other day is, did you ever have to pick your own switch?
Oh man, my grandmother used to make me do that.
Yeah.
And you
Did
can't break
y'all-
one. She just.
No?
You've never been.
I grew
No,
up
I
in
mean, like-
California.
Yeah.
They don't even have trees in California apparently.
No, I did not. No.
You didn't?
No,
I
I got
pick-
the belt, a couple times.
I-
feel like,
yeah, I
but
got the
there was
belt.
no. I
did
don't
get the
remember
belt.
picking my own switch.
I
I had to pick my own wooden spoon.
yeah.
Both out of wood,
Yeah. My mom used the wooden spoon. She used the wooden spoon. Dad had the belt at times, and then I remember once my mom said, "I need you to go pick your own switch," and so I picked the best one I could find. It was about this big,
Yeah.
and I figured out and I found out that if you pick a bad switch, they get to pick the switch.
Is that what they do? No. My grandmother did is you picked the bad switch, you got spanked with the bad switch, and then you had to go pick another one
Really?
to get a better one.
Naughty.
So
My granny used a fly swatter. I just had a memory that just here
Really?
in this moment came up.
Oh, my goodness.
Trauma. It was a fly swatter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she used.
fly swatter. That's
Miss
awesome.
you, Granny.
I love
Fly swatter though.
what I love about these conversations is there's nothing on the sheet about this.
No.
Oh, I don't even have that as a question. It just kind of happened.
It just kind of happened.
Yeah. I don't even know how we got here. It's kind of like we're in a staff meeting.
Shoo! Squirrel.
Do you see that squirrel over there? Yeah, we're going to follow that guy.
Rabbit trail.
Rabbit trail. Yeah, sometimes it's a rabbit, sometimes it's a squirrel.
Just depends.
Sometimes it's Ray Bronner. Oh, he's not here.
Hey, Ray.
Hey, Ray. We just want to make sure you felt involved.
That's right.
He'll comment on it in a minute. My battery went dead, so I can't even see what's going on anymore. All right, I got one more question for everybody tonight, and this can be, we have plenty of time. I don't guess anybody's really got any plans.
Not that I know of.
I know of, how about pet peeves? Do any of you have pet peeves?
Yeah, I hate when people smack their food.
That was so quick.
It's the worst.
That was pretty fast.
It is truly
You're
like
getting an amen back there. I
it
just
is
want you
his
to know.
least
Thank you, Tina.
favorite thing. I mean, he gets it from his mother.
And you moved to the south.
She
where we
also
all
does
smack
not.
our food.
Yeah,
That's very true.
That's true. Yeah.
Why do you think I don't eat lunch with you guys? Just kidding.
Oh, me.
I don't know. I don't know.
I have one.
Do you?
Yes, I hate when after a sporting event and the athlete gets up and said, "Well, we all gave 110%." You can't give 110%. It's an impossibility.
It's a metaphor.
It can, but you can't give 110%. You can give
That's the only thing though that irks you.
Well, there's probably I don't have time to go through the list. Yes,
Yeah.
but that's not what they're saying. They didn't say I gave 110% more than I did last time. They're saying we gave 110%.
Where's some of my pet peeves?
I would just like them to give 90% half the time.
Ooh.
I really am really bothered by people who don't use turn signals.
Oh, me too.
And I try to be really good about it, really kind if I'm behind you.
Was that why you were yelling at
But-
me?
I just, I think it's there for a reason,
Yep.
to alert. And so I would just say use it, Just,
Use it or get rear-ended by Michelle.
yeah, that. And I also don't like wet, if I step in a puddle and I'm wearing a sock, it's got to come off. I can't do wet socks. Look, Shayna said, yeah, it's awful, right?
That
yeah.
is disgusting.
There's like a piece of ice melted in your kitchen and you're walking through with your socks on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody likes a
Just ruin the night.
nobody likes a soggy bottom.
That's right. Well, anyways.
No bare feet.
No bear.
Yeah, I guess mine is I don't like bare feet. I don't like, not bare feet, like
Bare feet,
of
like on a bear or
No, like
naked
Nothing
feet?
on it.
I literally get up in the morning, and when I get dressed, I put on shoes, and they do not come off until I go to bed.
So this doesn't bother you. It's your feet.
It's just your feet? Is it just your feet or is it everyone's feet?
Oh, my goodness.
That is not.
I never thought I'd be barefoot on the stage, honestly. So I'm just gonna put this back on.
So
Wow. Are you okay with that?
What about flip-flops?
I'll pray about it.
That's like the I am from Kentucky. We've said that a few times here.
Yeah.
And I don't like shoes. So
I'm from
that's
Alabama, so
Wow.
yeah. It's just something like my mom wears flip flops, and I think she'll go around barefoot and stuff. But I just never have ever liked that. I don't know. It's kind of gross.
So we're having a foot washing service.
Wow.
Before you come in the
Before
doors,
you come in the doors.
you get your temperature taken and your feet washed.
And your feet washed.
I like that.
You can come through the doors. All right. Thank you so much. We know too much now about. We probably shouldn't have asked about pet peeves. Gonna have nightmares.
I know. It'll be fun.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Well, we were so glad you could join us tonight. Thank you, Pastor Jason. Thank
take us
you.
out?
You got to go play us out, man. You got to get back to work.
Actually, I don't know if you heard, but after I played that intro, my bass something went wrong with my bass, so I actually can't play us out. So I'm sorry.
Oh.
So maybe play that intro track on the way out.
All right.
I think it's just as
So we have a
funky.
prepared intro track that's going to play us out. Make sure you are with us next week. We'll have Pastor Jason again and the one-man band for sure. And I think we may have Derek Norton with us next week. So
And don't forget about Sunday morning, 9:15.
yes,
We'll be online, and invite somebody, tell somebody, share it with somebody, have a watch party, invite somebody over, have pancakes. You can go barefoot in somebody else's house, whatever you want to do.
maybe you do.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love it.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Grace Church. We will
Good night.
see you soon.
Bye.
Yeah, I think there was a short in that cable.
No.
They had